Hey, family. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Be more city. Be more city. This is Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Be more city. This is Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Be more city. My 12 steps spiritual journey. Be more city. Repeat after me. My 12 steps spiritual journey. Anytime I come on, family, Monday through Friday, I was sitting up here looking at it the other day, right? And if for some of y'all that's not familiar with the Couch Conversation Show, it's about keeping it real. And when I was looking at this, keeping it real, I had to look at to thy own self. To thy own self be true, right? Um, I realized, coming up in life, that we can lie to everybody else, but you can't lie to yourself. Now, a lot of this stuff, right, I didn't understand until I got clean over 33 years ago. Because lying, manipulating, playing games, acting out on the jealousy, the insecurities, all that stuff that caused me a lot of pain and misery. My young adult life, up to when I was 30 years old, living that deceitful lifestyle. That's why, I've been having conversation with God, right? And Monday through Friday, Mondays, I might do men's mental health, right? But it's still based around self help, self work that you do on yourself. Tuesdays, we'll come up with just to start out, but it's still my 12-step spiritual journey. So any trauma, any illness, any sickness that you're dealing with, you feel like you need to come on, talk about certain things just to find peace within your life, this is what this is about. This is what I'm about. Okay? And I welcome people, professionals, people who can help people get through whatever their issues are. So, professionals, I need y'all, they need y'all. I know you can't, because of HIPAA laws, go too deep on certain things, but on certain things, you get me? I already know that. But you can share to a point of being comfortable with helping them be comfortable. You get me? I'm trying to think of a right word to say. See, I'm not hellbound by HIPAA laws. If I tell you I'm a recovering addict, I sponsor men and women. That's not I'm not hellbound by skip the HIPAA laws. See, I can take people inside of themselves to deal with those, for TikTok's sake, grape issues. Grape, rape issues, right? For TikTok's sake, I have to say grape. Those childhood issues. See, I can take you deeper inside of yourself because you the one have to do it, right? But then as you go inside, the whole goal with Steve Copeland as a sponsor for men, women, and women with children, as a sponsor, the goal is taking you inside to connect with self on a spiritual level, not based around your religion. Some people, and it's not to knock any religion, but it will keep you away from dealing with the real individual because you're hiding behind scripture and talking about someone else's life story rather than looking at your own. So whenever I come on, I'm basically talking about a 12-step spiritual journey back inside of self to learn to love yourself. It's a lot of people that's afraid to go inside of themselves and embrace themselves. It's a lot of people. But you can learn to embrace yourself. And if it's not just through the 12-step program, they have counselors out there. They have therapists out there. They have psychiatrists out there. Now, if I'm talking with you, and if I feel as though being a sponsor, I'm going to make sure you have the right equipment to deal with you. But if I see that there are psychological issues there, like post-traumatic syndrome, bipolar, schizophrenic, anywhere along that line, I will suggest that you talk with a professional. I will. That's when I will suggest for you to sign up for the mental health program. Okay? So I just wanted to break some of this down to y'all. Just coming on. Be More City. KY, if you hear me, sis, I know you started your live today at 6. I couldn't make it. And I know a couple of other people started lives around the times that I do mine. This is personal for me. This is not something that I'm doing for entertainment purposes only. This is not what Steve Copeland is about. It's about helping people grow mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. To me, my platform is educational purposes only. It's to help people understand and know that there is help out here. It's to help people understand and know, mainly if you are in impoverished communities, that life can get better. If you're struggling, if you're homeless, if you're dealing with mental issues, emotional issues, is to let you know life can get better. I'm not here to be playing games with people. I'm not here to put up prompts for debates amongst our people. My whole goal is for us to come together more. And I have to look at what I was called to do. I was not called to come on a social media platform and put up stuff with my own goddamn people gonna fight and argue against each other, rather than us building strength and power amongst each other. I put up a prompt before I came on about good men not chasing women. Good men not chasing women. And it goes to talk about how women are starting to see life now. What's up, OG? According to that Me Too movement and all of that, right? They're starting to look at men in an unhealthy way. See, I'm not into all of that. I'm not into all of that. That's your bull crap. But I was reading up on some stuff. And be honest with you, as a 64-year-old man, and I know there are good women out there, if you don't know about yourself, if you have not learned to embrace and love yourself, if you have not done it, it's not in you, you can't give it back. You will try to seek it from other places because it's not in you. And I'm telling you from a personal level, for somebody that dealt with somebody like that. I was trying to fill in the gaps. I couldn't fill in the gaps. I didn't realize it at the time. If you don't know how to love and care for yourself, if it's not in you, that love, that compassion, I ain't talking about just the act itself. It's something that person got to feel from that spiritually. Oops, did he say that? Yes, he did. Spiritually, because you can talk a real good game, but does you have it in you? I didn't understand a lot of this early on. So when it talked about a good man, let me pull it back up. Oh, let me turn this down because they start to put a lot of other live streams on TikTok. I'm like, whoa, talking about a little bit about everything. I'm like, wow, this is really going to be amazing with the new people. Have good men stop. Have good men. Dang, I put it up there twice. Have good men stop. It should have been have good men stop chasing women. Good men have stopped chasing women. That's what it said. Good men have stopped chasing. I put have up there twice because I was asking the question. Have good men stop chasing women? That's what it should have been. But I got have. Good men have stopped. I mean have good men have stopped. But have good men stop chasing women. And I'm going to tell y'all, I was reading this as I was putting it up, right? Because some of the breakdowns that it gave. It say, while seeing low effort toxic behaviors rewarded. It's talking about the good man. Are seeing these type of behaviors. And y'all know, materialistically, is what we do to basically, that's first, that's number one. If it's not the love and the compassion, materialistic stuff is outside stuff. That's temporary. That's temporary. That's the way we show our love and affection as well. But it's temporary. It doesn't last long. It only hypes up the moment. That's why it talks about toxic rewarded behaviors that you see in that individual. They can be great men and women. Don't please. Men and women. Okay? But you can't, because there are good women too. So I just don't want to make it a one-sided thing, even though I put it up like that. I don't want to make it a one-sided thing because it's women, beautiful women, good women that tends to mess with toxic men too. You get me? And a lot of times the way we try to reward people, family, is by materialistic things. That's the way we show our love, materialistically. And at times, They don't deserve what we have to offer them. So when I say good men stop chasing, have good men stop chasing, you can put the woman there too. Have that good woman stop chasing for that good man. You can put yourself there, queens, okay? Because I don't want to make it just a one-sided thing. But I love that little prompt that I was reading, right? And I had to do some research on it just to see just to see the expandment on it, right? And it went on talking about fear of being rejected or being labeled as a creep. And it's talking about the good man. And once I read that word, because you know how some women label great men as coons, as suckers. Hey, Texas, how y'all label them? Coons, suckers. I'm trying to think of some of the names that they call them on TikTok, right? Our simps. You can call me a simp. You can call me whatever you want. Because I know I'm a great man, and that still ain't going to change. What about you? Because if you call me a simp, you call me a coon, that goes to show you're down beneath my feet. If you got to label me like that for being a great man, you're beneath my feet. So the next time, gentlemen, when y'all want to call somebody a simp, understand that's your self-esteem and you're low. Okay? Because a great man, you recognize a great man, it's like, I want to be like that when I grow up. I want to be that type of man that takes care of his responsibilities. See, with our new generation, right? Because I'm a lot older. My goal is to help instill those morals and principles, those morals, values, and principles back in that great young man to be. Y'all don't like it. Y'all don't like it. And you know, as I say this out my mouth, right? As I say this and I say, y'all don't like it. Y'all don't like it, right? Because I'm looking at us. We fight against each other so much rather than building, coming together and build amongst us great men and great women. We will tear each other down. That's not where my heart is at. That's not where my mind is at. That's not where my spirit is at. So when you hear me share certain things and I go into a certain area that you want to say that's his pride, that's his ego, yes, that's his courage, that's his confidence. He done the work to stand firm on his morals, his values, his principles. Why would I want to hang around? I'm a good man. I'm a great man. Why would I want to hang around people that's not where I'm at? I come from the streets, so I know what that's like. Why am I going to hang around a bunch of thugs today with 33 years clean? In granddaddy mode. Daughters, very, very independent women. Son, very independent young man. 23 years old. His goal is to be a professional soccer player. And he working towards it. Hard. I came out of school in the 10th grade. All of mine finished school and went to college. So y'all want to knock a good man? You want to knock a good man? Somebody that know what it is to be a low life? To becoming a better life man? Oh, I like that one. And y'all want to knock it? And it's not being smart, not just the men. And if you ain't comfortable within yourself, women, you can't touch this. You can't touch it. I be kidding and joking with a lot of y'all, right? And I tell y'all, I'm a retired sugar daddy. That should go to show you I'm the type of man that don't have no problem in taking care of women, spending money on women. That should tell you I'm a retired sugar daddy. I'm a retired 304 male. I like saying that because y'all always think it's the women. No, I'm a retired 304 male. I can laugh about it now because now I understand, right? I'm retired. Been in retirement for 7 years. Oh my God. I'm ready to come out of retirement. But I'm comfortable where I'm at. Y'all talking about a good man. Come on, let me show y'all the rest of this and what I wrote about have good men stop chasing. Right? I didn't realize I put have in there twice, but bear with me. Okay. Fear being rejected or being labeled as a creep. You know, y'all will do that. Y'all will take a good man and he's a sucker, he's a coon, he this, he that, because he don't mind taking care of women. Or because he learned to love himself. My goal is just give it back. It's just giving it back. So in the process of reading this, right, and I was looking at the word or being labeled as a creep, I didn't want to put that word creep right there because I looked at it in another way, like a creep, right? Predatory. So in a way, I didn't want to put that word creep there. But that's how y'all will label some of us for being too kind and compassionate as a good man of integrity. I'm not talking about the women. Excuse me, family. I apologize. I'm drinking my Pepsi. Every time I drink my Diet Pepsi, give me the burps. But look, when I look at this, how, yes, a lot of us are being labeled as creeps. And I was thinking about this family before I came upstairs. Most women, 9 times out of 10, and understand what I'm saying, it's a vice versa thing. I can only speak from a man's point of view. And this is how I feel. If a woman haven't had a healthy relationship with her dad, it was very unhealthy, she gonna pass it on to whatever man that come in her life. Not all now. Some of y'all will go and do the necessary work or get the necessary help. If a woman been in an abusive relationship, right? Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, physically, all that, you'll pass it on to the next man that come in your life if you haven't dealt with those traumas, with those issues. You will bring that garbage, and it's for the males too now. They'll bring it to the women, and into your new relationship. I'm going to share this with you right now. If you have not dealt with your trauma, don't bring it here. Do not bring it. Because some of us as men and women have an issue with trying to fix your issues for you. We too close. Believe me. You cannot fix another person inside. That's why y'all hear me talk about my 12-step spiritual program or my spiritual journey, My 12-step spiritual journey took me inside to look at myself. And it wasn't based around. Religion was just the groundwork. My religion was just the groundwork on that foundation. But then I began to grow spiritually because now I have something to stand on. So I didn't realize it was going to take me in the inside of introducing me to me. A lot of y'all aren't ready for that, and I understand it. That's why I know when I open up my mouth, it's not for everybody. It's for those who's lost and want to be found. Some people okay with being lost because they don't want to look at themselves. Have good men stop chasing. Never get upset with somebody because they've done the necessary work on themselves. And you're afraid to look at yourself. It's like looking in the mirror. Never be afraid. I remember using food to sedate my feelings. I remember sleeping with this one, that one, this one, that one, this one, that one, and let me shut up because it went on and on and on to mask my feelings because I didn't want to look at me. I remember with the alcohol. I remember with the smugs because I didn't want to look at me. The lying, the manipulating, the games that I played, not to look at me. And a lot of y'all, we will judge people on the outside, right? When you're afraid to look in the inside. Once you look in the inside of you and you're comfortable with you, you okay with all that outside bull crap. Because you know you. I pick with a lot of women. When they say, I want a good man, I want a good man, I want a good man. I say, no, you don't. I said, no, you don't. They say, why? I say, because you got one right here in your face and you don't recognize it. I sit here and I tell y'all, right? I did foster care. Oh, that don't matter. I did mentoring young men. Oh, that don't matter. Started a housing program to help women with children. Oh, that don't matter. You still are no good. Dun, 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 dun. I cheated on my wives. Oh, that discredits you. No, I'm still a good guy, daggone man. Fell down and got up twice and got up twice. Oh, you forget that. So when it comes to sharing certain things with people, I got personal experience. I ain't got to give them my opinion like some of y'all do. I can share with them the reason why I did what I did and what God did with me to become a better man today. And most importantly, what matters to me the most, when I read in Jeremiah and God said, I knew you before the foundation of this world, Steve Copeland. Y'all didn't create this, but you act like you did. Y'all didn't put this together right here. Y'all did not put everything in me for me to come back and help his people. In the same way he created me by putting my mother and my father together, he created you by putting your mother and your father together for you. Now you here. What are you doing with your beginning? What are you doing in your middle until your ending comes? Making people's lives miserable with your miserable life. And that's why we do the necessary work on ourselves. To become that loving, caring, kind, considerate person. Come here, let me talk to you for a minute. You know, I used to be like this. I used to be like this. I understand where you at. I understand why you out here touting, because they feel like sometimes they can't get a decent job. You let them know the laws has changed. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Even if you have a felony, at least in Baltimore City, you can become a career professional, even though you have a felony. A lot of the jobs y'all might not know that hire felons, they even get paid for bringing you aboard. Y'all didn't know that, did you? So rather than people doing their research and their homework, they'll tear you down with it. Oh, you ain't gonna mount the number. You ain't gonna never be this. You ain't gonna never be that. And every time I just said it out my mouth, I just wanted to grow right up. I just wanted to go up. Tell me what I'm not gonna be or I can't be. Please. But that's what we famous for doing. Tearing each other apart, keeping each other down. That's why I watch the company I keep. Have good men stop chasing women. That's why I watch the company I keep. I need a woman that can meet me. And it took work to get here, family, where I'm at. You get me? Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I need her to know how to love herself. It gotta be in her. Have compassion for herself. It gotta be in her. Warmth. It gotta be in here. I'm talking about in here. Then she'll give it back. She'll give it back. She can give it back, that warmth, that gentleness. It's a feeling that she'll be able to give back. Materialistically, I know what to do. The house, the car, the jewelry, the restaurants, all of that plays a part. But it don't last. I didn't understand a lot of this at one point until I learned to love me. I like the way I just said that. Until I learned to love me. Because I learned to love me, I can give it back to you. That's what they told us in the A, right? The only way you can keep what you have by giving it away. So I learned to love me. Hey, Kate, I seen your thing. I just sent you a message that says, sorry, I can't make it, Queen. Because I know you starting yours at 6 o'clock. And I thought it was 6 Eastern Standard Time, the same time. Okay? I was looking at your your prompts that you put up. Oh, okay, good. Because I wasn't gonna worry about it. I'm like, no, she should not have started during my time. No. Oh Lord, thank you, Kay.
Nah, I'm gonna start doing your time. I was on suspension for the last 3 days. My life been chill. I just I don't know. I showed this object they suspended me, but
Yeah.
it's cool. I'm back. Yeah, they real strict, but I get it. But no, it don't start to it
All
don't
right.
start till 8.
All right, because I thought it was Eastern Standard Time. Because I'm Eastern Standard Time. I thought, well, for me it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah, right now it's 6:49.
But you'll start at 8.
Yeah, 8 and maybe 8:30. I might be late to my own party. I don't know.
Eastern Standard, K.
Yeah, I'm Eastern Standard. It's 6:49.
Well, why you not on your lobby? Yeah.
Cause I didn't what did I put?
You said you said 6.
Oh, let me go take that down.
Ah!
I meant 8 o'clock.
All right, cool. I'm glad you did 8 because I can go ahead and end this round.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do 8 o'clock. I'm not doing this too early.
And see now, wait a minute. Faith is Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8. Good. You at 8 on Thursdays. Good. It's cutting into ant mode, but it's all right. You can't be there for everybody.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't been over there yet.
Right. And I was thinking about that too. But God just simply says, Steve, do what I told you to do. Because one, you want to try to be available, make yourself available for like everybody. But then it was like in my quiet moments, it's like, no, do what I called you to do. And it's I was gonna send a message out to let people know. One lady sent me an invite to her to come on her platform. She sent me an invite 30 times.
30. we not gonna talk about it now right here. That's a lot.
Only thing I could say was, oh, thank you. I'm like
30. Man. Excessive? That's a little excessive.
Can't stop. Because, I've been going through that a lot over here.
I know. I couldn't even get on the panel because I didn't know when they suspend you, you can't talk. You have to stay in the comments.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, that's why I try to watch like who I let up, because I know they will. But now, I'm getting these little messages from TikTok. And y'all can't see it, but it's like they are encouraging the stuff that I say. Mainly the recovery process and all of that.
Yeah.
They are sending little messages for me, just promoting what we're doing. Let me say that. As far as talking about recovery and stuff like that, I'm like, thank you. But see, now I'm not good with certain words because I know as a recovering addict, I can't say certain things because as far as with somebody that's caught up, I have to watch those words, that's caught up with it, because in there, and it might have changed, in their comment section, guidelines, they don't want you to say nothing to make a person feel like you're degrading them or belittling them. So that's why I have to watch certain things, and I'm getting to the point more when I say I want to say educational purposes only. Then I want to say blah 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 blah. Shoot. When I say smugs over here, I can say the D word over here. And I'll say for TikTok's sake, just so they'll see it. In case I say it, I'm saying it on my broadcast network. and I'm letting them know I'm substituting certain words on for TikTok. You know, because one, I really enjoy TikTok, even because I can make little clips and I'll send them all over. I'll send them to my FYP first, and then I'll send them to other little live streams that I have just for educational purposes only. You know, so that's why I be honest. We got to watch who we allow up here. Mainly if a lot of drama gonna come with them, we got to watch it because you are the host and this is your platform. So it's like you representing whoever working with you, representing you.
Yeah, that's true. I know I got some I was thinking about that. Like when people say words that TikTok don't like, I've seen this other guy, he would drop them so he won't get a warning.
Right.
And then they can come back up.
Right.
And I think that that's a good approach to it. And that's what I like that I'm going to do. Especially when you give them a warning about it and they don't take the warning, you just drop them.
Yeah, I'll be honest because I know you as far as the little time we've been talking. And to me, you very wise and educational. You know what I mean? And I think this is going to be a beautiful takeoff for you. I do. I've been looking at some of the little prompts you've been putting up, and I'm like, why the heck I can't put stuff up certain ways, right? I ain't real good with all that inside stuff, but I see you putting up stuff. I'm like, I love it. I'm like, I love it.
I gotta brand myself. I said I gotta brand myself, but I still want to talk about the housing crisis because that's where my focus is. But I gotta build the audience so people can get used to me, and then they be like, "Oh, she talking about something real important, like the housing crisis." Because in 2026, like the predictions is not that good because a lot of people are defaulting on their loan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's another story though, but it's like where they're delinquent, and it's not that it's going to be a housing market crash. It's just that a lot of people are moving into the multi-family home structures versus the single family home, and then those who are in single family homes, they're selling them, and people are actually like going to tiny homes. I love this tiny home idea. I think that that's the best thing for people if they can make that move to downsize, because you're downsizing on everything. Maybe stuff you don't need, definitely on you on your rent or like a mortgage. So,
did you see what Truth put down there?
1.8 million people moved into their cars. I didn't know it was that high.
I bet you know what? And be honest with you,
what's a fifth wheel building? What's that? Is that like a
I don't know.
RV?
I'm well. You know, most of the tiny homes are trailer homes too.
Yeah.
So that might be somewhere along that line. Yeah, because I do want us. That's why I said we might start out one way, right? On the talk show, start out one way, and as we venture, go into another area, because I do mainly for Baltimore City, your city, anybody that's out there trying to do what we, doing.
Like we getting into doing, because right. I'm like, okay, I gotta figure out how I can do this, because that's why I like your platform, because we talking about real life stuff, not that drama, not the drama stuff. Okay, sometimes, right? Just to debate a little bit, but people need to know about the real life stuff, and that's gonna be a part of me being a real estate developer, because they are in need of multifamily homes, like the apartment complexes, because of how many foreclosures is going on these days, right?
Right.
So, Truth, I love RVs. They are nice.
And I'm gonna share this too. When Truth put up that 1.8, and I started realizing, I'm gonna just say, when I'm not gonna blame it on Trump. I'm not gonna throw it at Trump. I'm not. When the Congress members, Baltimore City, decided to cut back on like the SNAP, to cut back on the housing programs, he just signed the bill. It was Congress that came together with that. So when he put that statement of 1.8 million in their cars, I was wondering what was going to happen amongst them. The ones that slipped, those are the people that slipped through the crack, right? Of the housing programs and stuff like that, HUD housing and homeless services and all of that. Excuse me, family. Those are the people that slips through the cracks. Now, I did not look at what he just said until he posted 1.8 million, that's basically back in their cars, sleeping out their cars.
That's a lot of, if people don't think it's a lot, but that's a lot of people. That's a lot. That's a lot of people.
It is a lot. And even with, mainly when they started talking about SNAP, right? In Baltimore City, y'all know the white truck, the box food. I was like, oh my God, what is we gonna do? But I was happy that Brandon Scott came up, I think, with about $10 million. He started distributing out to some of these places where a lot of the programs start giving out food. I was like, thank you. Not only that, not just here in Baltimore City, because I had 5 families from DC that needed housing, and we put them into housing. We put them into housing. And I still want to know, when they closed Tent City down over there, did they put a lot of them into housing? So that's why when Unc come up, I got to ask Unc that too. Because y'all know they passed a bill where for the homeless people that's sleeping out in the streets, either you can give them a citation or you send them to prison.
Wow.
And that's what I said, because number one, if y'all don't really understand what the prison system is all about, once they are in the prison system, you have these big corporations with warehouses and all that type of stuff, and they work in them for less money. That's the whole point of putting them behind bars.
That's crazy. So you're gonna deem somebody with criminal behavior because they can't afford housing?
Yep, just like when they evicted, and they did it here in Baltimore too, to several camps, right? Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I can't blame it, but my thing is, I forgot what street it was, but they did one where they was hanging out at this used to be food place. They evicted homeless people, which is already homeless. My thing is, how can you evict a homeless person that's already homeless? But they do, right? And the only thing they do, if you clean up this spot with them, they are going somewhere else. If you don't put them anywhere, they will go to another spot and rebuild tents and all of that there. They will do it. That's because me and Christina Flowers and us, we see it a lot. But now they get government funding to put these people into, like, I'm gonna say, these hotels, because y'all know in Baltimore City, Brandon Scott them purchased these 2 hotels, and they got homeless people in them. But understand, that's just a shelter. That's not a permanent spot. So that's a temporary thing. Now, when some of them call me, I got to reach out to other people to send them to. Because that's why my phone's on vibrate now. Because some people think they're calling a shelter. And I have to let them know, no, it's not a shelter, but we help provide shelter. Yeah. So that's why I have to have numbers and other people that's doing things, like renting out rooms and stuff like that. You know. Cause like when that thing came about, of them reducing, I'm trying to look at the 3 of them. It was SNAP, Medicaid, cutting back the funding. When they started talking about cutting back the funding and they started doing it, people started losing houses, places. But mainly the ones that were losing their jobs too, with the government and stuff like that. But I couldn't calculate what Truth just put there, 1.8. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And I'm gonna say this right now. I'm so disappointed in the Republican Party. Y'all talk about the Democrats. I'm so freaking disappointed in y'all. As a Republican myself, I'm glad they never sent me a damn card. Because I became a Republican because I believed in what y'all said. I do. Oh, I did. Now I'm standing right in the middle all by myself again. I moved away from the Democratic Party. Called myself getting with the Republican Party because y'all started talking about how y'all wanted to help people to become more independent so they don't have to rely on the state and the government funding. I'm like, come on then. Come on. Because I felt like y'all had my back. I'm not just my back, but the people's. That's what I meant, family. The people's back. Y'all bunch of mother goddamn pray for me. KY pray. Pray for me, y'all mothers. Y'all know how I get Baltimore. Bunch of lying suckers. And really it hurt me to my heart the more I think about it. And I watch y'all. Y'all good with each other, having fun, partying, all of that. I'm trying to figure out what is y'all doing with the people. The ones that y'all said y'all wanted to come and help. I'm really disappointed in y'all because I don't see the work. It starts with the solution. We already know what the problem is. They create the laws. It's only two things that come out the laws. Either people going to benefit from it or it's going to tear them apart.
Right.
And y'all know this, Baltimore City. That's why they shut me down for running off at my mouth. The day is March the 12th. 3 years ago, I was arrested on March the 12th for running off at my mouth. I wasn't even going to try to think about it, but it just popped in my big head. Because I'm home. And I'm still, no matter what they did to shut me down, I'm proud of the work I do with the organizations. I got to bring them in. With the organizations that I know that's in the freaking community doing the great work. And once I get my health together a little bit better, I will be popping in and out. Hey, how y'all doing, Uncle D? Hey, how you doing, Sheree? Hey, bye. I ain't coming to help unload nothing. I just came to give you a hug. That's all. I ain't got time. I'm too old for that shit. Let me stop, KY. Let me stop. But Baltimore City, I'm too old. But I'm not giving up on my city.
I was watching a YouTube podcast, and it was actually this Baltimore developer on there, and it was interesting how he was talking about how he go about developing like the community and stuff. He was talking about like how he actually go out and survey the community to win the residents over before he decide to pitch to build. I forgot his damn name because I was gonna tell you about it, but then
I was gonna ask you what's his name.
I don't know. I'll find it for you, and then I'll let you know. Because I was like, damn, that's interesting right there. That's a good idea. Because he was like, some people can be opposed to it. Because, some things they got to vote on and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot. Like, they got to vote on certain stuff to come into the community. So he said he go and talk to the residents and build his presence before he decide to put up a new, like a couple houses or whatever he may do.
And see, that's what you do. And that's what I was trying to tell the Republican Party right now. I don't really want to throw politics right there, but this is what you do. You come into the community, see what the community needs to grow. As a community organizer, that's what I would do with him. But he's doing it, and I love it. I love it because he's coming in, he's talking to the people, he's sharing his vision with them, he's sharing his passion with them. The point is getting it done. Now, not only that, I already know that, and I'm going to say it, if Brandon Scott don't want him to come in and to develop in certain areas, they will let him. If not, they're going to give him a hard way to go. Excuse me, family. Already know that. Already know. I'm sorry, I'm just tapping this. They will give him a hard way to go. But now the good part about it, the reason why I was like, who is he, right? Because I don't have no problem walking beside him. It's knowing who to go to and talk with. Plus, Jones, I'm going to throw your name up there now. Because you are a big developer in Baltimore City, too. And I already know the struggles that you're going through when it comes to rebuilding. Because you're Black. So I already know. Because we talked on top of that. I'm not going to mention the other one name. This is a Black billionaire in Baltimore City that's already doing great work. He's already doing it. Last time I talked with Julio, he told me that they're cutting out some of the government programs to help people with the housing. But I'm talking about the low to moderate income people, family. I'm talking to Baltimore City. Y'all looking right at me. Number one, there are government programs. And I don't know if y'all remember, but some years ago, I had a $5.4 million contract in while we were looking for the money to start rehabbing and revitalizing houses up Park Heights. 30 units. So we got a lot of houses that's abandoned and you know buildings, commercial buildings and properties and stuff like that. It's just being able to get the contract to redo them, to be able to get the money. And that's what we was doing at that time. It didn't come through at that time. I can't go too deep in it, but the goal is to start it again. If it gets to that point that I have to go and talk with people that has commercial land trusts, look that up, 2K. Yeah, Cook. Okay, thank you. That's why I said look it up, because I wanted to know if you knew. With certain amount of houses into that community land trust that the state or the government or the taxes can't touch. The whole point is selling the property so that that person can get the money for it. They can't take it like that because it's in that trust. So it's 2 of them now in Baltimore City that I know about. So now, little by little by little by little by little, when that time come again, which I see is there, I see it coming. These are some of the people that I would have to reach out to because they already on the land. They're already on property. But the thing is, too, for us, like what Kay is talking about, and God darn it, I got to be honest. I don't want to develop no houses where rats are at.
I know it's like you got to do a infestation control or something. Like you got to almost exterminate it before you build in case they underground.
That's what I was telling the lady, Kay. When I was down Pennsylvania Avenue, family, I had walked around the block with this lady right there, Pennsylvania Gold, and y'all know where they put them new houses at, right? And she was telling me, no, she wasn't just telling me, she was showing me the rat holes and everything, right? I said, they not coming in the houses. She said, no. I said, well, what they got to do, and thank you for the words that you use, they have to get an infestation company to come in, and they can shoot some stuff through the holes that they're at, and to actually take them down. I got to watch my words for TikTok family. And not only that, they can fix it where you can't smell them. I used to deliver to an infestation company out near College Park. So she's right. I know what certain people can do. And they will be glad to get that contract. I'm telling you, people like that, y'all gonna pay me though. When I connect y'all gonna pay me. I'm telling you, that's one thing Baltimore City, by me being driving the tractor trailer for as long as I have and delivering to a lot of these warehouses. Somebody just sent me something that said they can't go live. They was in a car accident. Oh. I think oh, never mind. I think I know who that was. That's what you get for driving around with your eyes diluted. Let me stop. Talking about you was in a car accident today. Rush your butt up. You know who that was. Popcorn. Rush your butt up. I can't go live today. You got your eyes diluted not too long ago. Now you was in, come on now. Rest up. I've been told you that. Scaring me like that. I'm like, who just sent that? But just threw me off. Yeah, but those are things, Kay, that on the talk show I do want to talk about, you know, because it's like I can't say it enough. We already know what the problems is.
Right.
And I get tired. I get tired of just hearing people just stuck in the problem. Let's come together and do the necessary things to resolve these issues. You know, I get tired of hearing it. I get tired. And that's why I just said, for me, not being smart, I'm going to just stick to my own stuff. I'm like, God, what do you want me to do? I'm not. And I just want to apologize to certain people that I'm going to say I have respect for, but I'm not for a lot of the chaos and the confusion that's on a lot of these platforms that people want to bring. It might be entertaining for some. I'm just tired. You know, getting older, I'm just tired. You know, it's like I want to hear some positive stuff. I need my spirit fed, you know, with people that's on the same page. I'm just, and I just said after this, K, I'm gonna just try to stick to my 6 to 8. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yep. Yep. Cause you know, I just be talking with God to see how, you know, He want me to improve things, and I'll be looking at myself to see. You got to check yourself to make sure that you're still walking in the right direction, you know, towards what He wants you to do. Because if we're not careful, we'll start going this way, but we got to bring it back. And I was just looking at your show when Real was down. And when I looked at your show and I seen just about everybody that be on his show was over there. That was like, but look, what I was saying was like family. But look, because it's like basically all of them, and you fill that gap. And that's what I was looking at. And they came over. And I was just looking at, this is a family thing. And then when he came back up, I see him there. So So it's like a family thing, you know. And I kind of laughed about it because it's still the same, but it's family. You know, I told Wolf, take time out, back up, focus on yourself, because we're older now. And I know he's dealing with a lot personally himself, but he was talking about trying to fix other people. And I'm like, bro, I've been there with that, which I get what he's doing. But my thing is, it's draining. And I hear it in you. Even Truth was saying it. Truth was just listening, right? And my thing is, I know from listening to him, he wants the best for everybody. We old, you know, and we want to fix. But I told him, I said, you can't fix others if you're not fixed.
Right.
So take the time. He said, I'm gonna take the time out and focus on me, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, I seen him up there again. Or even if you go, just don't say nothing. Because you the one right now need to be spiritually fed. Wait a minute. Will, look. Truth said God got me isolated. Hey, Truth, don't I know? Because I'm telling you, remember the operation in August? I believe that was God's way of shutting me down and isolating me. Just what you said, Truth. I do. I thank God I didn't lose my other toes family. But I realized he shut me down for a reason. And that's why I know for a fact bigger and better things are coming. For the talk show and everything, I already know it. It's starting to happen. I know it, right? So he shut me down, but I was walking because I could not understand truth. Where in the heck did my energy go? Where did my energy go? It's like I'm trying to rebuild my energy. And I'm like, where did it go? Now, I know I probably walked maybe about 2 miles, right? I remember at one point after I had the operation, I couldn't even walk outside. I would go outside and get real dizzy and had to turn around and get in the house quick, just in case I had fell out. So I'm walking and I'm taking that hill. Then I go that way. Then I walk around Morgan and I go straight down another block or two to add on to that walk. Then I came around the long way. In the process, I sat down about 3 times. I said, Steve, it's okay. Sit down, rest, and get up and do it again. I just wanted to walk. I said, it's okay to sit down and rest. And then walk. And then sit down again. And then I went over. Wait a minute, Truth. Then I went over because it's my right leg, right? I put the right leg up, step down, up, step down, up, step down. Because I know I need to build the strength back in this leg. Right? And I'm up there about to dance. Step up, step down, step up. And then I start walking again. Come on. I'm telling y'all, that was a good damn feeling. Excuse me. That was a good goddamn going feeling. And when I came in the house, I was like, yes. And I took my vest off and then my weights on my leg. I was like, ooh, yes. That was a look. And had a little bit of breath left too. Come on, True.
Man, I'm gonna be real honest with you, Steve. I'm gonna be real. I'm a worker.
You come on, wait a minute, you going in and out, Truth. Come on.
Yeah, sorry about that. No, I'm just, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I was saying that I've been a hard worker for most of my life. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do. But the thing is ever since I've been sat down, ever since I've been going through this process of, finding me, I've come to one conclusion. What you said is exactly right. Where did my energy go? Because I'm going to be real honest with you. What took me before one day to do takes 3 days now, Steve. And I'm okay with that. I wish I could do more. But you know what? The reality of the situation is I ain't got no time limit. So why go out there and hurt myself in order to not pull this thing off completely? I'm working hard, Steve.
I know. I already know.
It's going to be beautiful. I'm going to leave it for my kids.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, I already know where your heart is at from what we talked about a while back. Everything that I'm doing, family, at one point, I said, I'm not leaving my children nothing. Because they all independent, But then as time began to go on, and I started looking at what God called me to do, right? And matter of fact, I was sitting down, resting up, and once again I'm talking to God, right? And I'm looking at, I was in the balcony, and I done shared this with y'all before. I'm in the balcony. By this time, I'm ordained deacon. And the Holy Spirit hit me and said, I need you more out there than in here. Right? Go back out in the streets. Start rehabbing and revitalizing houses for the inner city people. And to open up 4 multi-purpose centers. I've been looking for buildings and all that. I know everything gonna fall into place. And I'm looking at this, but I'm talking with God, right? And I'm like, you called me out to do this. And sometimes we forget about the preparation that we have to go through in order to do it. So he's preparing me. I looked at the 1 house, 2 house, 13 apartment complex. Right? I'm looking at what he's doing. And after that, I started seeing, I ain't done yet. I ain't done yet. So I'm sitting there and I'm just looking at the call. And then I'm looking at myself too, because you know what? It's going to take that strength. It's going to take that energy. Because I'm looking at the breath that I'm taking as I walk along. So it's strengthening up. Excuse me, family. Oh, excuse me. It's strengthening up not just me mentally, emotionally, physically as well. Because before I started walking, I prayed to walk a little bit longer. And I was going to walk today, but it started raining and everything. And in my mind, I'm going to walk a little bit longer. A little bit longer. Just rest up. And that's what I forgot. Truth. It's okay when you get tired to sit down and rest. That's how he prepares, bro. And the goal is now on top of that is to leave millions behind for my family. And I remember at one point I was like, I ain't leaving nothing. And I know where it's coming from. My cousin just I was thinking about you too, Corey. He just sent me a message and said it's not about us, it's about the cause, cuzzo. You got this. And this is one of my DMX cousins. And remember I told you, I told y'all that he know the Supreme team, right? And what they used to do and what they doing now to rebuild back up in the city, right? Well, where they at? And I'm waiting for that time, cause when actually I could meet him, cause he said he wanted to introduce me to him. And I was thinking about you, Corey, and I'm glad you popped back up, cause I thought about you last night, cause I noticed we haven't talked for a while. And that's going back to that preparation, truth. Because I'm not trying, family, I'm not trying to get caught up. And that was one of the things I was sharing with my cousin, right? Because we come from the streets, but we're we no longer living that life. We're on the other side. And I want people in my life that's just not talking, but actually producing. And that's why K and Truth, y'all know, I leave the door open for people in other cities. If you in New York and you doing some great things, you in Chicago, you doing some great things, or you in Delaware, Philly, wherever. But the goal is, right, you got your feet planted, or you already done started. You might be stuck in a certain area. That's why we network. That's why we connect. So we can help you take that next step, even with me. But my thing is, whoever come in my life, be honest with you, when I talk about the puzzle family, God already told me what to do. Yeah. So I'm stuck here. So if you come, you adding to that puzzle. That's all I want. With whatever business you doing, and we can help build on each other, encourage each other, support each other. That's what it's about, to grow the business on a corporation level. And I'm talking about us, not just the blacks, but us. Because I realize, guess what? Most of the people that support me is white. That's why y'all never hear me say the white man this and the white man that. Because most businesses that I go to, they are white businesses that will donate product back to the inner city people, to the people.
We be honest. Let's be honest. Black people don't support melanin people. Don't support other melanin people. Some of them, like they talk about how they do. They say, "Oh, if we do this," but they really don't offer that support. You can offer them 4 or 5 different products that they can support, and they won't do it. But then if you have a really good YT person who like, yeah, I like your idea, how much you need? There go your seed money right there.
There you go.
And I mean, I don't mean to be rude about it, but that's just like the reality of things.
And see, look, you're not lying. So I'm only saying this, family, because when you are in, I want to say the business, or when you're in to know, or in to go, however I could put it. The same way when Kay was talking about this person that she met, I'm gonna say another real estate investor, somebody that wants to come in Baltimore or in Baltimore doing some great things, right? 9 times out of 10, I probably know him or heard of him. Real simple. Real simple. So when she said it, I kind of lit up because I was waiting for her to say a name.
I'm gonna get you the name.
I know.
I'm gonna get you the name. I know the YouTube. I didn't meet them. I was just watching the YouTube video about developers. But I'm gonna get you the name because he said he developed in that area.
Right. And I'm gonna share this to the guy. It's a black guy that redid this mall. Right. Morgan State Mall.
Oh, okay.
And he's doing a lot of redeveloping in Morgan State itself. It's a black investor, developer. Because I want to make sure I say it right, because you got some, they are investors. I'm trying to put the word in right because they are developers. You get me? They develop like communities and big buildings and projects that people be talking about. This is what this guy did. Black guy. So the goal is to reach out to him when that time comes. And I'll be walking through, I ain't telling you all my business, but I'll be walking through Morgan. I'll be trying to look at certain places. Oh, we might can do the housing here. We might can do that there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Because they got dorms. And they building newer ones over here. So they building newer dorms. So some dorms are going to become vacant.
Right.
And I even made phone calls on certain ones. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Because look, on that end right here, that's no problem. But for me, I'm seeing how important it is to just have your name in stuff. You get me? Because you can make those personal decisions. It's okay to team up with others. Don't get it wrong. But sometimes people change on you through the process.
Yeah, they do.
I done seen it too many times. So I said, no. I'll be honest with you. And I know it's there. I said, if I have to lease in my name, because I can rent property. That's not a problem. But I'm talking more like a building. I'm talking about something huge. I want to buy it.
I was gonna tell you, like, maybe that's what I was because I think this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do to get to that point, because even so, it take years to get the land approved, the additions added, it's just so many different moving components. But maybe this could be a good idea, and you can think on it. It's this hotel down here that's been vacant for years, right? And I know, like, if I can get my initiative up and running, I'm gonna try to get the hotel, because the hotel will be a good option for people who's only looking for 1 or 2 bedrooms, more like senior citizens, right? You know, I want to do senior citizen housing. But in your situation, a hotel or a motel that's for sale could be ideal, because I've been watching these YouTube videos, and they be trying to sell them for lower than what people think they do. Like, you could probably get a good motel with all of those rooms for like maybe, I don't know, $300,000 to $500,000 versus a couple million, and then turn that into, like, your program is transitional housing.
And see, you had people with property like that that's doing nothing. And they looking for people like myself. That's why I run off at my mouth, right? Because I'm sending a message to whoever out there that's willing to work with, us. I'm gonna put that there. I walked past this place yesterday. I deliberately wanted to take a great good look at it. It's a big house. And the only thing I could think of, the women and children, fencing it in, making it safe for them to come out in the yard and play, and and I'm looking at it. And I stood there and I looked at it for a while. And I said, the next time I walk past it or down there, I'm gonna look and see, is it a number there? As I was looking at it, I wondered about the work a little bit. Is it safe for the children? When I say that, I'm talking about the mold, the lead, stuff like that, right? Is it safe for them to be there? And not only that, because I go in my head and I'm looking at the Fix Up project as well to make them safe. I'm talking about the single mothers with children, right? That's why I'm like, God, I don't have a problem with working with the men. I don't have no problem with working with the husband and the wives too, right? But the thing is, if you just want me to focus, because I'm not real clear yet, just on the women and the children, that's not a problem. Because my business partner, he does men, re-entry program and all of that, but he don't do women. So I can do the women, then the women with the children. You get me? But now I want everything under this one spot. Because as I was looking at it, I was like, classes, right? Training classes, stuff like that.
I found the place. Okay, I found the place because I've been looking on this site to figure out like what opportunity zones mean. And the way you was describing, sometimes the city will even let places go for the load if your mission is greater.
Thank you.
It's a place. It's called. I think I've seen this because I used to come to Baltimore a lot. It's 100 Hopkins Place, Baltimore, Maryland. It's a Days Inn for sale. They have it unpriced, and it's almost turnkey, but it has 249 rooms. It got like a little parking at the bottom. It got pictures. I can see you the site. But I'm saying, like, if you think about it, if you think about the opportunity that the Days Inn offer, right? Like for a place like Transition, that's 249 rooms. Like you can make it work, like put bunk beds in one corner, a bed in the other. It's I might have to inbox you because the website is CREXI.com, and that's where that Days Inn is. And I really it's almost like they said it's unpriced, so that means that they've probably been trying to sell it because it's been on the market for 37 days, right? So, of course, we know it's hospitality, but when you think about it, if you behind a hotel, it got everything you already need. Lobby,
right.
It got the rooms, the bathrooms. They don't really need kitchens in there. They don't need to burn it down. It's already established. It got working offices. They showing like this one got double beds and stuff. That could be like for a family with one child. And then you don't necessarily have to have a gym. You can turn it into a bigger space. But that's what I had wanted to mention because I've been going on these websites trying to just learn what all these terms mean. And when I had came across this, I was gonna let you know about it. because it says this offering represents a compelling investment opportunity in a dynamic urban market. And you talk about the urban market.
You know what? Let me share this with you. Some years ago, when I went to meet the governor, he had went to Annapolis. I met his wife. She was down at this facility that Johns Hopkins owned. And I was talking to the people about the community center. They walked me through that project. And it had a stage in there where they could perform. They had rooms in there where they could dance, art, music, theater, stuff like that. So when you said Johns Hopkins, you took me right back. Now, I found out later that I was wondering why all this product was in it. Some of the rooms. It was a guy when I was over to prison told me that was B. Gaddy's spot. I was talking about it, but I don't think they used it. And when you said that, it took me back to that. And not only that, yes, Johns Hopkins, people like that. And you got me thinking about Pastor Humphrey now, Dr. Humphrey, because he do a lot of work. And what's his name with Johns Hopkins? What's his name? Lee family, Lee. What you just said, and I know I gotta be honest, get my butt back on the foot on the ground. What you just said, I'm like, damn, now I gotta go back to Dr. Leaf. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And it's there. The point is doing it. And that's where it seemed like God is taking me right now. And Kay, when I went past that house, I don't know how long it's been there, but it's pretty big. When I went past it, everything you just mentioned, I've thought about. Rather than them cooking basically for themselves, we want to teach them things, right? But we can cook the dinners for them and they will all come down and sit and eat. You get me? All that was running through my head. Everything you just said, it was running through my head, right? Because I'm like, sometimes, you know, you got to switch it up. And that's what I've been praying on too. It's like, all right, do you want me to read, like with the business model and everything, do you want me to redo certain things? You know, because it's already know here is fine. I already know everything Kay just mentioned is where I'm at with adding on. And I thought about this too, Kay. Certain programs we might not be able to do in the building, but I already know enough people with programs to send them to. You get me? And that's why, okay, like you were just reading my mind. Because I looked at it and I'm like, this would be nice, but that's not the only spot. That's not the only spot, you know.
And you'll be surprised how when you talk about like it's a commercial property. So when you talk about a business, it could be multi-purpose, right? It could be a multi-use. It could be a multi-use thing. And you know, a lot of time hotels have conference rooms and stuff. And if people wanted to do conferences, you could make more money.
All that.
Right. Because they don't have access to the residents. They're just coming in for the conference.
Let me share this, Kate. This down at the building, right, is a culinary kitchen. And I think I shared this with y'all before. I was going to get the kitchen hooked up. I was going to go to restaurant, right? I used to deliver to them, let them know what I'm doing, see if they donate products to get the kitchen up to code and everything, right? I told the owner that, the owner, the Jewish guy. I showed him outside where we could turn it into a certain area we can turn into a basketball court. I didn't ask him for nan damn dime. I was telling him what I would do. Create a playground right there for the children. Show them everything, right? A little garden area. Show them everything. I didn't ask him for one damn dime. I was telling him what I would do to fix up his property, to make it suitable for the women and children and people that's in there, right? We had already the area down there where we can put a cosmetologist in there to do hair and everything, right? The area for the barber, right next to each other, already laid out. Entertainment room for the people and everything, day room, pastor. Lady supposed to came in to do massages and everything. She never showed up though, but a tutor set all this up. Didn't ask the owner for one dime. Just was telling him, because anytime somebody all right, Corey, sometimes, and this is a Jewish guy family, sometimes people mean well, but sometimes they don't want to see people move well. And everything I was talking about doing to actually enhance this, the person that I was subleasing with came up against me.
Yeah, it's probably time to leave him alone.
That's why I said for now, I had to back up, be honest. I had to back up. And that's why I said I thank you, Coco. And I thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Tasha. And I'm talking about the ones that stepped in for me to handle the clients. It took a lot of weight off of me of wondering where they was going to go. But now my best friend, well, my business partner, was in the building with that person. He does returning citizens men, not women. That was the whole point of him teaming up with her. But she wanted to turn it into like a senior citizen place, you know. So I said, well, let me in and I'll get everything up to code for you as we move out. I just needed a big place for the people. But rather than them working with me, and I ain't talking about my business partner, I'm talking about that crazy one. And look, she gone. And we got the building back. She's gone. Not just that building, it's another building. But she's gone. And I wanted to say this, and I hope you ain't looking so bad. Did you set me up? But things happen for a reason, family. I can't, when you hear me stuttering, that's because I got to watch certain things. But it happened for a reason. And I got to watch my tongue. But things happen for a reason. And I started realizing that, you know, you could never really figure out what God is doing. It's just doing it and trusting and believing. Because it might not make sense to the mind, you get me? So it's like, okay, Lord, that's where your faith coming at. That's where your trust coming at. I really don't understand what's happening. But if this is what you want me to do, okay, give me the strength and the courage to do it. And I know for me, and I'm just saying this as a human being, period, right? When you're doing stuff that you really don't know what the heck you're doing, but it's like stuff come to you just easily. And I can tell y'all right now, it's not me, it's him. And my goal is just to continue walking in whatever he's saying do and don't question it. And sometimes we want to, because we don't understand. It's like, this is what you really do. Just do it. And you know what they talk about? Walking through blind faith. I don't know. So it's trusting. For a lot of y'all that might not believe in the spirit or in the creator, look, I'm getting ready to say, I don't know, but I'm going. It's like, okay, look, by professional, skill-wise, right? I'm a tractor trailer driver, retired. I know about that. But this right here, I know this not me. He's using me. And I'm trying to understand, as I go along, like here, what's going on? But I know it's for the betterment of his people, family. That's why I come on. That's why I do what I do. That's why I don't know who need to hear whatever I say out my mouth or whatever Kay might say. And I know you get ready, come on, Kay. I don't know. But it's just the point of showing up and encouraging and empowering them. And I'm thinking about the faith, right? I'm thinking about the trusting. I'm thinking about like when my pastor ran around the church passing out little mustard seeds. So small. Trust me, Steve Copeland. You might not understand what's happening, but just trust me. And yes, from time to time, I sit down and like, Lord, am I still, moving in the direction that you want me to go? And sometimes, Kay, I wish people would jump on it like crazy, but it's not for everybody.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. It's not gonna be for everybody.
I'm just looking at having the faith the size of a mustard seed.
Wow.
And I'm thinking about that movie with the book of Eli. And I'm just thinking about the faith. I'm thinking about the faith. Because I didn't realize till at the end he was blind. But he was protecting the word of God. He was blind. And I was like, oh my God. He was walking through blind faith. Fighting everything. Taking people down. And that's what a lot of us is called to do. If you want to drop, Kay, go ahead and drop, because I'm going to get ready to end this and I'll be over.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was gonna we can catch back up on this either on here or Discord, but yeah, it's a lot of potential in this, and it's a lot of grants. I gotta get with a grant writer. I gotta do some research. All right.
I gotta talk with my cousin, because my cousin, I think she worked for people like that, because she had reached out to me. Well, she had told me a while back that some people wanted to come to Baltimore City and do some rebuilding, like me and you talking about. And she said that the city wouldn't let them. And then it hit her. She said, oh, my cousin there, blah, blah, blah. So I told her, I said, well, tell them talk with me. But I got to remind her again and see if they still trying to come here and do some work to find out what they want to do and everything like that. So I'll know who to go to and talk to.
See, look what Truth said. $7.8 billion in corporate grants went unspent last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's like millions of dollars are not being used. Look what HPEF did. $93 million. All the millions spent on lobsters and steaks and all that other shit. All right.
But look, everything, that's the biggest problem. A lot of them get nice money, but what they do, they spend it personally on themselves, and then they will pay their volunteers, employees, because now they're becoming employees. They give them a nice amount of money. So basically, a lot of the money is going to the people before they even put it back into the community. And I started realizing that. But to be honest with y'all, that's not where my heart is. My heart is give me the money so we can do what needs to be done.
Right.
You know, that's what that grant money, be honest with y'all, is all about. That's why when you apply for the 501c3, you have a certain amount of time to spend that money too. I already know that because of me being with Communities United. And we got that $5 million to put back into the community. But anyway, I already know they fatten up their pockets before they do what they supposed to do. And they misuse that money. And it's harder for people like myself and my business partners to get that money. But then you got private donors that works with us to help us. All right, I'll be over. But Baltimore City, I love y'all. And I'm gonna get ready. Hey, Truth, thanks, bro. I'm gonna get ready to end this Be More City. I love y'all and thanks for your support. Hey, cousin, we'll talk. Cause I'm hoping I know about this war and everything over in the other country. I just don't understand why this man put his mouth in their business. That's none of our business personally. But I was listening to what somebody else said. The reason why.
I'll tell you why, but off of here.
Right, I got you. Yeah, because I was listening to somebody else saying something about how it was personal for him. And see, I'm not, I just don't get it. I do not get it. I do not get it. I do not, if this man is violating, huh?
It's okay, Steve.
I try not to think about it too deep, because I think it's sad, family. It's business for him. That's not politics. Huh?
The start of anything new has to see the old fall. Stand firm in your community. Let the community know that they're okay.
I try my best.
Be that support system for them.
I try my best not to let certain things that our politicians doing come too close. Because I feel like this.
We need all the people.
Come on, True.
We need all the people with no fear to stand up in their community and let them know that they're okay.
And see, my cousin, right, posted something because we need to talk about the war because it could be the end game. And basically, what he's saying, the stuff that we are trying to do, Truth, to build back up into the community.
It's on pause.
You get it? So,
it's on pause. That's why I'm building a house. It's okay though, because look, these people, they're gonna come from a place of not so good, and they're gonna walk into a place that's gonna be great, and we're gonna get this thing back on track, and we're gonna do it the right way this time with kindness, compassion, and love. All right.
And that's all, family. Because like I said, my goal is not to give up on us, period. I'm gonna say us. You know, I don't care what your ethnic is, okay? Because it's not all about that. Right.
I love you, family. I'll see you later though.
All right, bro, and thanks, man. Thanks, Truth, for coming through. As always.
I promise.
Thanks, bro. All right, Be More City. I love y'all. And I'll be back on God's will at 6 tomorrow. I wanted to come on tonight and talk about good men. And I'm going to say in good women too. Okay? There are some great people out there. There are some beautiful people out there. And I'm going to tell y'all personally for myself. I'm trying to be very careful who I allow in my life. I'm talking about that mate, that next wife. Yep. I'm not just trying to sleep around. I want another mate. I know who I am deep down inside. I want her to know who she is deep down inside. I'm just looking at the love, the compassion. I'm looking at movie nights, like romantic nights, dinner, walk through the parks, stuff like that. Hold their hands. I ain't just looking for somebody to cuddle up with. I can find somebody to cuddle up with. That's not a problem. Never been a problem. Look at me. Do you think it's hard for me to get a woman? And then if I want to chase somebody a little bit younger than me, not younger than 18, well, not younger than 25 probably. Come on. Do y'all think it's hard? It's not hard. It's just that a lot of the stuff that I used to do as a little boy, as a teenager, as a young man, I'm older now. I thank God that I'm older. 64. And every day, because of my connection with Christ, the Holy Spirit that comforts me, right? That covers me. I try my best not to allow outside stuff, you get me, to stress me out too much. Once I say it for what it is, it's like, oh, no. You get me? Because life brings challenges. That's why when y'all hear me talk about my 12-step spiritual program, I want you to say it too, my 12-step spiritual program, what that did for me, that took me inside of me to learn to love and care for me. I'm going to say it again, to learn to love and care for me. And now I'm able to give it back. You can play with it if you want, but I'm talking about Steve Copeland, and you can talk about yourself too. I can go inside and talk about from childhood on up. I don't have to go back and talk about Adam and Eve. I can if I want to. I can. A lot of our historians, you know what I mean? Our ancestors. Me and my cousin was talking about that on her talk show the other day. I know my ancestors would be very proud of me. Matter of fact, I know they're proud of me. I know they're proud of us. I'm talking about the Copelands. I know they're proud of us. I'm proud of us. I'm proud. Because when I look at my mother's children, I'm the second oldest. My mother gone. My uncles and them gone. My grandfather gone. Vernon Copeland is the oldest of Barbara Copeland's sons. That family. I'm the second. Sharon Copeland is the oldest of Mary Copeland's daughter and Donnell. We are the oldest living. And I thought about that one day. I'm like, wow. It's an honor. I ain't taking it for no joke. But I'm not trying to let life stress it out. You get me, family? Thank you, TikTok. Because they just put an AI thing up saying, discussing community rebuilding and the misuse of corporate grants. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm saying this because I'm liking the fact that they are paying attention to the stuff that we're talking about on the Couch Talk. And what I did, family, I try to switch it so y'all could see it yourself, so you can read what AI is putting in, right? Because I think that's very encouraging. I think it's very powerful for the stuff that they're doing to actually educate the community as well, to let y'all know the things that we're talking about, and not just talking. In my case, it's us knowing the people that's already doing it to prepare me to start doing it in that area. So y'all know I'm gonna come looking for y'all. Y'all know. You know Bree Jones. Come on now. Come on. You know. We got, I'm gonna look that up, but I think we got about 10,000 now vacant properties and stuff like that in Baltimore City that needs redone. And look at the land itself. Now, keep in mind, family, we talking about fighting to rebuild back up in our poorest communities and making houses affordable for the low to moderate income people. You can replace them all you want, but you can't replace all of them. That's what I started realizing with the gentrification. And if they putting in these $400,000, $300,000 houses, right? People that's making under $40,000 can't afford them. So you have to build houses for the ones that's making less to help them be comfortable. No matter how you're building in the inner city poor communities, you got to replace the people in order to build those houses like that. So where are y'all putting the people? I asked that question years ago. When I was walking in the community, right? Some young man was unalive. And then a week later, another one was unalive. Got killed for TikTok, unalive for TikTok's sake. And when I walked through the community, this guy was like, man, I know you. I be seeing you. And he said this, family. Because with the gentrification, they was talking about moving the inner city people out into, I'm going to just say it, safer places. Because if you moving them out into the counties and other areas like that, right, where it's not as wild as the inner city, I did not see it like that. Excuse me, fam. But the guy told me, he said he rather for them to do the gentrification, like replacing everybody or replacing the inner city people. And the reason why he said it, because I'm getting sick and tired of losing our young men. I was like, oh my God. I tell people this. Whenever you hear that word gentrification, whenever you hear that word gentrification for the inner city people, genocide comes with gentrification. You can't replace them all. So what you do? You fix it where they start taking each other down. Y'all didn't realize that. I shared that a lot. Mainly when we had 343 unalives for TikTok's sake. By Pew Pew in Baltimore City, 2017, 343. That was just by the gun. That's why I said Pew Pew for the TikTok's sake. 343. I created that page, A New Be More City, for parents that lost their children back then. It was some of them that was unalive in the counties that lived in Baltimore City, but because they wasn't, you know, it wasn't a homicide in the inner city, they wasn't counted in because they was on the county line. I met some of their mothers and fathers, and they felt bad because it's like my child wasn't included in this, but that's because they was on the county line. I didn't understand it at the time, but that's what I had to explain to them when I did understand why. Because they was only counting the ones that was unalive in the inner city by Pew Pew, by gun. That's why they started Safe Streets, to reduce the gun violence. Y'all didn't know? So with me sharing all of this, right, that was one of the reasons why we fought to get the spy plane over Baltimore City to help reduce that rate. That was one of the reasons Archie, Jewis, Simmons, a lot more, right, fought to get that plane here to help reduce the unalive rate for TikTok's sake. Okay? The homicide rate in Baltimore City. Now, I have to say that because I'm on my broadcast network as well, TikTok. And I'm trying to use TikTok safe language as well. This is how I educate back to the community, by enlightening them and sharing certain things. And if you doing this type of stuff in your community, come on, let us know. You with other organizations in your area, your city, in your community, to rebuild, to encourage, to motivate, to empower. That's what the Couch Talk show is all about. Okay? I love y'all. And I am Baltimore City. Going to end this for now. And thanks for the love and the support. Thank you, Cousin Corey. I love you, bro. I was thinking about you. I was talking to our cousin, right, Rev. I need you to come on TikTok too, Corey. I was talking to Rev, cool egg woman, right? And she's in North Carolina, South Carolina, somewhere like that. But she knows, I was saying something about DMX, and she mentioned something about his mother. So you know, just to let you know, the Copeland's on it. All right, family. Love y'all, Baltimore City. And tell yourself, my 12-step spiritual journey. Tell yourself, my 12-step spiritual journey. inside, outside, getting to know yourself. Love y'all.